Our PG-13 event. We do have younger people attend from time to time, and so we want to be careful on the swears and language and things of that nature. Code of conduct, it's really important for us that we are being respectful of each other, and if there are any issues in that regard, please talk to anyone, especially the people on the board, or report things in Slack to this admins or this email or in Slack. Along with that, please challenge ideas, not people, and be respectful of the person, but feel free to respectfully challenge the ideas that are presented as we meet. We've not had this for a while, but we brought this back in, making sure that we acknowledge that sometimes it can feel a bit overwhelming, some of the information that's shared, and some of us might be new to this area of information security, and this place is all about educating and learning, and we want to acknowledge that sometimes it can feel like, well, I don't know as much as the next person, but we kind of want to acknowledge that a lot of us really feel that way, and that's okay. So we're here to learn, all of us, and we want you to feel welcome regardless of your background. This organization is really about removing barriers. We intentionally do things like provide meals so that you don't have to make a decision about, stopping at home or getting your own dinner. We provide that for you. We try to make this experience free and accessible to as many people as we can, and that's a really important value that we have in our organization. Brandon, I didn't know if you wanted to add more on. I didn't see any new slides, so I didn't see you before we started. Okay. Board members can be seen here. If you have any issues or concerns or ideas, please feel free to talk to any one of us in person or in Slack. We want to thank our volunteers putting on the audio, video, putting on the news, all of the capture the flags. All these things take a lot of time and energy, and can we give those people some love right now? This organization is run on volunteers, so if you get harassed by, that's not a good word to use. If you get asked, let me try that again. If you get asked about presenting and so on, that is a compliment to you. We are always looking for, especially people to present and share what your interests are, your passions are with the community. So again, ways to help: be a speaker, capture the flag, volunteer, and we always love money. So you can find ways to donate at donations.secdsm.org. Our transparency report.
Hi all. So, food SecDSM provided, the space SecDSM provided. Pro Circular will be paying our bar tab tonight. So, the bartender has the drink tokens. They have the way to count how many have been there. Be nice. You do not get the poker chips anymore, but be nice. But they will be paying our bar tab tonight. That is all I want to say.
Yay! Our financial report.
All right, thank you. Finances, we're in a good spot overall. Bank account balances, we got 85.77.12. Thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors. Between this meeting and last meeting, we had $258.51 go out the door. That was a combination of the food bill, the pizza from last month. There's like a $5 charge from Azure. Once again, the smallest cloud bill ever. I love those. Wonderful. Good news. I'm not a Microsoft guy. cash in, we had $23.63.94. That was a combination. We had a couple sponsors come through, merch sales, donations. So yeah, we're in a good spot. You ever want to see the books, know exactly what's going in and out, let me know. More than happy to go through it. Thank you.
Okay, our mini CTF will be published, will not happen tonight. Next slide. Swag is only available at this point on Teespring, so please go online and get some swag and spread the love and share the community with others through a shirt. Slack, we have roughly 233 members or more at this point. Please join us. Wonderful conversations happen outside of this event. And I personally have benefited from asking questions through the channel and getting quick responses from wonderful people who are willing to share their knowledge. Upcoming events, KernelCon, DakotaCon, I guess, what's the date today? Well, coming up, we'll see. B-Sides Iowa has been postponed or canceled. Others, we'll see. But an important thing to know is that we have badges. So the ones that have the star are ones that we have earned badges, and we can get our members in free. So please be sure to go to secdsm.org/scholarship to claim a badge. Historically, we've had a low number of people apply for those, so your chances are very high to get into one of those START events for free by filling out that scholarship form. Hobbies are shared on the Hobbies Slack channel, so please check that out. The first official SecDSM Range Day outing to Bunch Olufsen Range will be in April. Check the channel for exact date based on weather patterns or worldwide viruses.
Yeah, sure.
And is this you?
Yep.
And the news.
Hello. We were talking earlier before everybody got here. If we have a decent weather day and everyone's interested in it, we may be able to get a range day in the next 2 or 3 weeks. This weekend was supposed to be gorgeous, and now it's horrible outside, so it's going to snow, if you didn't know that, on Saturday. It's still going to be 40, so it won't stick. But all right, 5 quick news stories. So we'll start out happy and go towards the sad area. Really cool news. There's a new U.S. bill out. Hasn't been approved yet, but it's obviously going through the government process. Hopefully, like every other bill and act of Congress at this point, it doesn't end up completely opposite of where it started at and actually ends up being useful new legislation. So the idea is to update the Espionage Act, which is used right now for anyone outside the government to do research and disclose information. So as a private researcher or a journalist or a whistleblower, they would then have the right to disclose information if it was even classified. Obviously, the second bullet point is the important point all of us need to remember, is that hacking into government systems or unlawfully obtaining non-public government information is still off limits and would lead to prosecution. And for all of us, prior military or current military or anyone else with a government job and a security clearance, unfortunately, this does not apply to you, obviously, because you have access in and would have insider knowledge. So this is only for people outside of that framework that would get handled, especially from the whistleblower thing of security violation, essentially. This one doesn't apply at all. None of us probably know what this has anything to do with. So this one I put in here. Research came out. I actually saw this, some of the original tweets from Malware Hunter Team. So if you don't follow them on Twitter, it's a pretty cool account to watch. They do a whole bunch of cool activity, and I'm sure Brandon Murphy could talk to you more about that based on what he does. But they have done some research into this, into coronavirus-themed malicious software, malware, whatever you want to call it, and they shared some out. But the interesting part actually is why there's not any fun GIFs in this one. This is on Twitter, and I retweeted this, I think, yesterday or the day before. As of this point, this researcher had some information that we've got over 3,500 domains already registered with coronavirus in the name somewhere, and over 1,000 of them with COVID-19 in it. So if you are not already aware and don't have a threat intel person on your team or something like that, you should definitely be doing security awareness anyway. But I would definitely, if you want to be fun and send out, internal phishing messages to your own company to find out how people respond, that's entertaining. But you should also look out for the real ones. Personally, privately, talk to your family and stuff like that, so they're not getting out there. One of the other news stories related to this is there's actually some malware and ransomware going out there that's actually tied to HIV reports. I think a lot of that's more global than it is U.S. based so far, but it's essentially the same thing of scare tactics to get people to give money or infect themselves. On the last fun topic, Microsoft is actually taking control of the US-based infrastructure for Neckers. So this is a huge piece of ransomware out there, huge malware campaign throughout the world. There's a whole bunch of infrastructure in the US. They turned around and worked with the District Court of New York and got an order, Microsoft did, to turn around and use all the resources to take down essentially all the infrastructure in the US. And then as you can see in the second point, they're working with several other countries and private companies around the world to attempt to continue to take these things down. And then this is a fun one. So Exchange. There is an Exchange flaw out there that is, I can't remember if it's remote code executable or not, but I think it requires an account on the domain, not domain administrator or anything like that. It's been out there since late February. I believe this may have had some February Patch Tuesday stuff in it. If not, I think there was some stuff in March that just came out that had some pieces in it. But this has been an issue, so if you're running Exchange internally and you're not all using O365, definitely take a look at that flaw because it is getting exploited by APT groups out there. And last, the fun one that came out on Patch Tuesday itself, at this point accidentally. So Microsoft posted this. Several security companies picked up on it with the CVE. Microsoft proceeded to quickly take it down, and several of those organizations also took down their original blog posts, but now it's come right back out again. The wormable claim on this one is still up in the air. It's tied to SMB version 3, which everybody is probably using on all their Windows servers at this point. So if you have SMB 3 Windows servers and have it enabled, I would definitely take a look at it. This is a remote unauthenticated attack, and it's to get arbitrary code executed. So that is the sad story of the week. And then we always do jobs, so if anyone has job postings they'd like to come up and talk about, just introduce yourself, let us know what the posting is, what kind of experience you're looking for, and just let the world know. Mm-hmm. Perfect. So just for those on the recording, obviously you could not hear because I'm holding the microphone 30 feet away. ProCircular's got positions open everywhere, and they're potentially opening an office in Des Moines as well. So that opens up to everyone here locally in the community as well. Anybody else? I'm totally surprised.
Oh, I'm sure. So Stacy Monroe, Principal Financial Group, and I have an opening for a senior penetration tester on my team. Actually performing application vulnerability assessments. So if you know people or you're interested, just come talk to me.
You guys still at PFG have several other positions?
Yes, and we have other positions open as well. Mm-hmm.
Does Matt want to come up here and talk about those? No? Okay. All right. Anybody else? No? All right. That's it for me. We'll let Sam come back up and finish the 101 real quick.
All right, so next week we're looking for people to present, so please visit the website and you'll see a submit a talk button. We will have the meeting will be themed Sec in the City and focus on discussing. Come on now. Not bad, not bad. Discussing security problems and solutions in the local municipalities. Can I assume, I am asking the question, do we have presenters for that then? Okay, then we're good. But we are always looking for more presenters. So we are going to take a short break. Before you leave, though, we will be grouping people. So do you have details? Here's some details.
So Pro Circular's here to put on a cyber escape room. I believe they have 16 kits, is that correct? And so given attendance here tonight, I think if we had groups of 3 or 4 at a table, that'd be great. So when you come back from break, we're looking to kick that off at 6:30. So about 8 minutes or so. So go have some drinks and pizza and come on back.